The night smelled like rust and oil. Manhattan streets glistened with a greasy film after a drizzle, the kind of rain that coated neon signs in colors too harsh for the eyes. Leonardo crouched at the mouth of an alley, katana already half drawn. "Something's wrong," he muttered. Donatello knelt beside him, scanning with his modified goggles. His voice was low, uneasy. "Energy readings are weird, like nothing I've seen before." Mikey peeked over his brother's shoulders. "Weird how? Like mutant weird, or alien abduction weird?" "Please tell me it's not alien abduction weird," Raph growled. "Shut up, Mikey." The alley stretched long and dark, its brick walls cracked with water damage. Dumpsters leaned crooked, trash spilling across the asphalt. And in the middle, two massive hulks slumped against the wall, Bebop and Rocksteady. Their bodies were torn apart in ways even the Turtles, veterans of brutal battles, weren't prepared for. Rocksteady's horn was snapped clean off. Bebop's cybernetic implants were gutted, wires dangling like entrails. Their chests bore massive punctures, cauterized edges glowing faintly. No blood sprayed the walls. It was like they'd been butchered with surgical precision. Mikey whispered, "Aw, man, and I just saw those guys last week. They were stealing microwaves. Real hardcore." Raph clenched his sigh, face pale beneath his mask. Whatever did this, it wasn't human. Donnie pressed two fingers to a scorch mark on the wall. The concrete still radiated faint heat. This was plasma, high-energy weaponry, military grade, except cleaner, more advanced. Sound made them all freeze. Click, 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 click. It was faint, echoing through the alley like a broken metronome. The turtles spun, weapons raised. Nothing. The clicking faded into the city hum. Leonardo exhaled. "We're not alone. Whoever killed them is still here." Reports kept coming in over the next few nights. Vanished gangsters, dead Foot Clan soldiers, even mutants, killed, mutilated, strung up like grotesque trophies. The turtles met in their lair, tension crackling in the sewer air. Donnie spread out maps with glowing markers. The pattern's too precise. Whoever this is, they're moving across the city, targeting fighters only. "Warriors," Splinter corrected softly from the shadows. His voice carried an old weight. "A hunter that selects its prey. Seeks honor, not carnage." Mikey raised a hand. "Honor? You call ripping Bebop's head open honor?" Splinter's gaze hardened. "This is no ordinary killer. Legends speak of demons who cross the stars, who test themselves against the greatest champions." Raph smirked. "Then we're next on the list." Leonardo shot him a glare. "You're eager to get killed?" But Raph only grinned. "No, I'm eager to prove we're stronger." Donnie tapped at a small shard he'd collected from one of the scenes. It was a curved sliver of alien metal, faintly humming with stored energy. "I found this embedded in a wall near the docks. It's not from this planet." Mikey blinked. "So, wait. You're telling me we're up against E.T. with a grudge?" No one laughed. The turtles moved cautiously through the sewers that night, following a trail of strange scorched residue Donnie's scanners picked up. It led them to a collapsed junction chamber, water dripping down like the place itself was bleeding. And there, half submerged in the filth, was Leatherhead. The mutant alligator's massive body was shredded, claw marks across his scales, cauterized wounds burning faintly. His breathing was ragged, bubbles rising in the muck. Leatherhead! Mikey sprinted forward, dropping to his knees. Leatherhead's reptilian eyes flickered open. His voice was a guttural rasp. Invisible. Demon. Hunts. His body shuddered. It takes trophies. Then he collapsed into unconsciousness. Leo's grip on his swords tightened. That thing took down Leatherhead, one of the strongest mutants alive. For the first time, Mikey didn't have a joke. Dude, what chance do we have? Up in the tunnel rafters, something shifted. A cloaked figure, watching, recording. Through its thermal vision, 4 mutant signatures glowed bright in the dark. The turtles. The creature's mask emitted a soft click-click, logging their heat signatures into its database. The hunt was just beginning. Warehouse district. Midnight. The turtles slipped through a broken window, the smell of iron and old blood hitting them instantly. Bodies hung from meat hooks. Foot ninjas, skinned alive, suspended like grotesque trophies. Weapons littered the ground, bent and useless. Holy shell, Raph muttered, gripping his size tight. Mikey gagged. Dude, I think I'm gonna hurl. Donnie scanned quickly. Energy readings all over the place. He's been here recently. Then the world exploded. A blast of green plasma ripped past Leo's head, detonating against a steel pillar. Shards of molten metal sprayed across the floor. Cover! Leo shouted. The turtles scattered as more blasts sizzled through the warehouse, burning holes in the walls. Something massive moved above them in the rafters, but whenever Donnie's goggles locked on, gone, cloaked. Where is he? Raph roared. Another blast nearly cored him through the chest. It became clear. The shots weren't killing blows. Each blast landed inches away, hurting them, forcing them to move like rats in a maze. Donnie ducked behind a crate, panting. He's not trying to kill us. He's testing us. Mikey peeked out. Yeah? Well, tell him to stop before I fail the test. Another blast. Closer this time. Sparks rained down like fireworks. The turtles barely escaped, slipping back into the night, shaken and sweating. Back in the lair, silence hung heavy. Splinter lit incense, his voice low. You now see what you face. This is no mere beast. It is a hunter, and you are its chosen quarry. Donnie's hands trembled as he replayed scans. Its weapons. They're decades ahead of anything Earth has. Plasma casters, cloaking tech, energy blades. Raph punched the wall hard enough to crack stone. Good. Means we take him down. We win more than a fight. We win his toys. Mikey muttered. Raph, you sound like Casey when he's drunk. This isn't about toys. Leo looked out at the city map, rain already streaking the windows. The weather was shifting, clouds rolling in dark and fast. Then we prepare. Because the storm's coming, and when it hits, he drew his blades, steel gleaming in candlelight. We meet him head on. Lightning flashed across Manhattan. The storm had arrived, and somewhere perched on a rooftop, cloaked and waiting, the Predator activated his mask, the lenses glowing blood red. The storm hit Manhattan like a living beast. Rain hammered the rooftops, neon reflected in the flooded streets like shattered glass. Lightning ripped across the sky, throwing jagged white scars across the cityscape. And in that electric silence between thunder, something else stirred. Something ancient. Something patient. High above Times Square, the Predator crouched on the edge of a rooftop. Cloaked, it was a ripple in the downpour, a distortion in the rain where no form should exist. Its mask lenses glowed faintly as it tracked movement below. Through thermal vision, the city was alive with glowing pulses of heat. Humans huddled in taxis, gangs ducking in alleyways, cops patrolling with umbrellas over their radios. But the Predator wasn't here for them. It had come for something far rarer, something stronger. 4 shapes moved across the rooftops with a fluidity no human could match. The Turtles. Leonardo was first, crouched low, rain dripping off his blades. Donatello carried his portable scanner, its display flickering frantically under the downpour. Raphael scowled at the storm, eager for violence, while Michelangelo bounced on his heels, cracking jokes even as thunder rattled the city around them. "This storm's freaking biblical," Mikey muttered. "Like, flood your pizza place and charge double delivery fees biblical." "Stay sharp," Leonardo said, his voice cutting like steel through the rain. "The bodies we found weren't killed by weather." Donnie's scanner let out a shrill whine. "And it's getting stronger. Energy spikes everywhere. Whatever did this, it's not human, not mutant, not even terrestrial." Raph cracked his knuckles. "Good. I was starting to get bored." Then a scream cut through the storm, sharp and high-pitched. Leo's eyes narrowed. "Civilians. Move." The turtles leapt into the wet abyss of the alleyways, vanishing into the storm. And on the rooftop, the Predator leaned forward, mandibles spreading in anticipation. The hunt had begun. The alley stank of rain, oil, and blood. A gang of foot ninjas lay scattered, bodies carved open, some skewered to the wall like trophies. The turtles froze in the sudden silence. "Oh, dude," Mikey whispered. "That's not Foot Clan cleanup." Donnie knelt over one body. Plasma burns marked the torso, small, precise, cauterized. His hands trembled. This was surgical. Click, click, click. The sound cut through the rain, strange and insectile. "Above," Leo shouted. A shimmer in the air moved faster than thought. Netting erupted, wrapping Raphael in a constricting web of glowing threads. He roared, thrashing as the weighted net tightened, cutting into his shell. "Raph!" Mikey lunged forward, only for a plasma bolt to sear the ground at his feet, exploding in a flash of green fire. The Predator uncloaked just long enough for them to see it, towering, armored, dreadlocks dripping with storm water, mandibles spread in a hungry grin. Raph snarled, shredding the net with sheer brute force. "Come down here, ugly." The predator tilted its head, curious. Then it melted back into invisibility. "Donnie," Leo demanded. "Cloak." It's adaptive, heat masking, sound triangulation. "English, bro," Mikey yelled. Donnie's eyes darted. "We can't see it, but it sees everything." Another plasma blast shrieked through the alley, forcing them to scatter. The predator was toying with them, testing reflexes, recording their movements. And it wasn't done yet. They scrambled back to the rooftops, breath fogging in the storm. The city stretched below, neon blurred by rain, shadows flickering in every corner. "Why here?" Mikey panted. "Why Manhattan? Shouldn't UFO big game hunter be on, like, Mars or something?" "Not a random target," Leo said. "We're being hunted." The predator answered with fire. A plasma bolt shrieked across the roof, exploding a billboard into shards of molten metal. Another bolt hit a water tower, blasting it apart in a tidal wave of floodwater that sent Mikey skidding across the rooftop. "Mondo not cool," Mikey sputtered, coughing up storm water. Donnie cursed. "It's deploying traps. Look!" Mines clattered across the roof, red lights blinking. The turtles dove just as explosions ripped through the tar. Shrapnel and lightning lit the night. The predator uncloaked on the opposite roofline, shoulder cannon humming, smart disc glowing. It tilted its head, then fired. The disc whirled like a saw blade of light, ricocheting off metal beams. Leo parried with his katana, sparks spraying as steel met alien alloy. "Move!" The turtles scattered as the disc tore through pipes and scaffolding. Predator caught it midair with predatory grace, mandibles clicking in something like laughter. Driven underground, the turtles fled into the sewers, their home turf. But even here, the predator followed. The tunnels echoed with dripping water, every sound distorted. Cloaked, the predator was everywhere and nowhere. Donnie lit UV flares, flooding the tunnel with ghostly purple light. Its mask filters visible light, but maybe ultraviolet will screw with its optics. The predator flickered into partial view, snarling, then vanished again. "Okay, that worked. A little," Donnie muttered. Mikey spun his nunchaku nervously. "It didn't kill me yet. I think I'm too funny to die." "Don't bet on it," Raph growled, limping from his wounds. The predator dropped into the tunnel, boots splashing in sewage. It stalked forward, slow, deliberate. Plasma caster hummed, targeting reticule dancing across their bodies. Leo raised his blades. "We make a stand here." The tunnels erupted in chaos, plasma fire ricocheting, wrist blades sparking against steel. Predator's net gun fired again, pinning Mikey to the wall. He screamed, thrashing, the cords tightening like razors. "Hang on!" Donnie jammed an electrified staff into the net, overloading it with sparks. Mikey tumbled free, smoke rising from his shell. "Dude," Mikey gasped. "That smelled like cooked turtle." The predator tilted its head, mandibles clicking. Testing. Always testing. Hours blurred into a nightmare of pursuit. Everywhere they ran, the predator had been there first, dark-skinned foot ninjas hung like grotesque decorations. Skulls were arranged in piles, mocking trophies. Donnie's scanner beeped furiously. It knows our roots. It's predicting us, like a chess master. A new sound filled the sewer. Splinter's voice, calm, familiar. Leonardo, my sons, come to me. Leo froze. Sensei. But Donnie's eyes widened. No, it's mimicry. It's using recorded voices, pulling us into a trap. The predator uncloaked in the shadows, mandibles wet with rain, and lunged. Raph tackled Leo aside, blades screeching against wrist gauntlets. Focus! It ain't Splinter, the predator hissed, amused. Its smart disc flew, carving a sewer pipe. A tidal wave of filthy water roared down the tunnel, sweeping Mikey away. Cowabunga, I hate this, Mikey screamed as he vanished in the flood. On the rooftops again, Leonardo faced the predator one-on-one. Blades met claws in a storm of sparks and steel. Every strike Leo made, the predator countered. Every feint, every tactic, mirrored and crushed. The rain plastered his bandana to his face, blood running down his arm. He gasped for breath, every muscle screaming. The predator knocked him flat, wrist blades pinning his katana. It leaned close, mandibles opening wide, clicking in triumph. Leo spat blood. Not today. Raph lunged from the side, driving his sai into the predator's shoulder. The alien shrieked, spinning with monstrous strength, tossing Raph like a rag doll. Donnie fired his modified EMP, sparks dancing across the predator's armor. Its cloak flickered, shoulder cannons sparking, shutting down. For the first time, the predator roared in fury. Mikey crashed back onto the rooftop, soaked but alive. Miss me. Together they pressed the attack. Donnie's staff cracked against Predator's wrist gauntlet. Leo's katana slashed across its chest. Mikey's nunchaku smashed into its mask. The Predator staggered, mask hissing, then fell away. Mandibles spread wide, it let out a roar that shook the skyline. The turtles froze. Okay, Mikey whispered. Definitely uglier than Raph in the morning. The predator lunged, faster than ever. Wrist blades clanged. Smart disc cut the air. It fought like a god of war unleashed. Battered, bloody, outmatched, the turtles retreated to one last trap. Donnie had rerouted sewer lines beneath a crumbling building. If they timed it perfectly, they could collapse the structure onto the predator. Leo baited it in, blades clashing against claws. Mikey swung from scaffolding, hurling bricks. Raph took blow after blow, refusing to fall. Now, Donnie shouted. Pipes burst. Water thundered through the walls. The building groaned, then collapsed in a roar of concrete and steel. The predator was buried in rubble. Silence. Then movement. The alien dragged itself free, battered but alive. It stared at them, mandibles twitching, not in rage, but in respect. It tapped its chest plate, then vanished into cloak. The hunt was over. For now. By dawn, the storm had passed. The city breathed again. On a rooftop, the turtles sat in silence, staring out at the wet skyline. Raph broke it first. We didn't beat it. Not really. No, Leo agreed. We survived. That's all. Mikey flopped on his shell. I'm calling it a win. A pizza win. Donnie's voice was quiet. It let us live. On purpose. Splinter appeared behind them, cloaked in shadow. His voice was heavy. Then it has judged you worthy prey. Which means it will return. Above, lightning flickered. For a brief second, something vast and cloaked hovered in the clouds. A ship. Watching. The Predator's clicking laugh echoed across the city, faint but clear. The hunt was far from over.